Every time I hear the word conservative, it makes me sick to my stomach because they're really just fake Christians, as I call them. That's all they are.
All right, one quick point before I let you go. You use the phrase fake Christians for conservatives. Explain what you're talking about.
Well, I think they want to be judge and jury. Like, I'm for gay marriage. It's none of my business if gay people want to get married. I'm pro-choice. And I think these Christians, first of all, they're not supposed to judge other people, but they're the most hypocritical judge of people we have in this country. And it bugs the hell out of me. They act like they're Christians and they're not forgiven at all.
So you're going to get a lot of feedback on this one, Charles.
They can't do anything to me. I don't work for them.
Do you feel comfortable saying all that?
I feel very comfortable saying I'm pro-choice and I'm for gay marriage. Very comfortable.
But you can't lump all these conservatives as being fake. A lot of them, obviously, most of them are very, very sincere in their religious beliefs.
Well, they should read the part of the Bible. They're not supposed to judge other people. They forget that one when it doesn't fit what they want to say.
Charles Barkley's honest.
If I get a disease and I'm going to die, how about I get Skip Bayless in here and I kill him live on national television?
He speaks his mind.
I mean, if Aaron Rodgers had said that about you, implied that you had been on the Epstein list, how would you handle that?
I'd have punched him in the face.
What do you mean, punch him in the face?
You know what the hell punch him in the face means? Like, I think that when you're in the limelight, people get to say things about you that goes with the territory. But that when you start comparing people, saying you're hanging out with pedophiles and people having sex with underage girls,
dangerous allegation.
That's dangerous.
He's incredibly outspoken.
One of the reasons I have not been a big believer in the Republican Party in the past, I think they divide and conquer.
And he's been pretty consistent, especially.
Take this. I want y'all to drink this beer. I want y'all to drink this beer. I got 3 cases of Bud Light. Hey, and I want to say this. If you're gay, bless you. If you're transgender, bless you. And if you have a problem with that, you.
As it pertains to the LGBTQ plus community. When Jason Collins, a pioneer, passed away, Barkley didn't hold back.
Courageous, and just when he came out, man, I thought it was amazing to put himself under the microscope and the scrutiny and the hatred and the vitriol that he was gonna happen. But man, I hate the way this story ended, because he was a shining example. Do you, man? You know, obviously, anybody out there who's struggling with their sexuality, do you? Gay people have the right to do what they want to do. It's nobody else's business at all. For him to come out, it was a great. And obviously, you know, a lot of times, especially in the black community, when you're gay, you get treated awful.
Let's pause here. Because one notable voice in media, who, by the way, is on a fantastic sports show on FS1, well, remember what he said about Jason Collins coming out.
Personally, I don't believe that you can live an openly homosexual lifestyle or an openly premarital sex between heterosexuals. If you're openly living that type of lifestyle, then the Bible says you know them by their fruits. It says that, you know, that's a sin. And if you're openly living in unrepentant sin, whatever it may be, not just homosexuality, adultery, fornication, premarital sex between heterosexuals, whatever it may be, I believe that's walking in open rebellion to God and to Jesus Christ. So I would not characterize that person as a Christian, because I don't think the Bible would characterize him as a Christian.
Then there's this guy.
With an A on the end. Isn't that the point? Because it's not racist.
Rush Limbaugh, who said this of Jason Collins.
This is on the Yes Network, the Yankees sports network, cable network. And what we have here is a portion of the play-by-play of the Brooklyn Nets center, Jason Collins, the first openly gay player to actually play in a professional sports game. It happened last night. The Brooklyn Nets against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Nets play-by-play announcer, Ryan Ruocco, as Jason Collins, who, by the way, took the number 98 in solidarity with Matthew Shepard, who was, it's now been proven didn't happen, but reputed to have been beaten up by a bunch of anti-gay bigots.
Why was Limbaugh casting doubt there? Why? From The Guardian, the horrific killing of Matthew Shepard in 1998 is widely seen as one of the worst anti-gay hate crimes in American history. Matthew was beaten by two assailants, Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson. They pistol whipped Shepard with a gun, then tied him to a fence in freezing conditions, and then they set him on fire, leaving him to die. Collins chose to wear number 98. You know why? Because that's the year that Shepard was killed. Fox News host Todd Starnes tweeted after Collins came out, "The NBA is turning into Glee." Quinn Hillier of the Washington Times, the National Review, NOAA.com, and he even has a write-up on the Federalist Society. Well, he wrote at the time, "Enough with the gay mania." Here's just a pair of insane paragraphs that he published. The culture of the professional left, enthusiastically aided by the establishment media, is going bonkers in pushing active homosexuality or any one of several exotic variants thereof as an absolute virtue. One can hardly turn around these days without facing, in fiction or in real life, what amounts to homosexual chic from the amount of primetime airtime afforded to gay Americans. One would think they constitute at least a large minority of the population rather than the 3 to 5% they actually do. Enough already with the in-our-faceness from the homosexual activists and their aggressively enthusiastic cheerleaders. It's not enough, apparently, that they appropriated the perfectly wonderful word gay so that its original meaning is lost to the ages. It's not enough that what many once considered wrong or unmentionable is now largely accepted and broadly discussed in polite society. It's not enough that people now provide homosexuals the privacy that should respectfully be afforded every law-abiding adult. Instead, homosexuality has become a cause célèbre, and those whose faith calls for forbearance from material, ardent support of its practice are themselves bullied and have become the target of discrimination. Barkley sees how this trend has sadly just continued.
Yeah, but Kenny, in fairness now, if another guy did it, it would still be a big deal because we live in a homophobic society. And that's unfortunate. That's why, first of all, anybody who think we ain't got a bunch of gay players in all sports, they're just stupid. But there is such animosity toward the gay community, and that's what's really unfortunate. But anybody think him, and I know a couple other soccer players that came out, if you think there are not more gay players in the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA, you're just stupid.
Dave Zirin would recap for the nation as follows. In 2013-2014, Collins stood alone, and no male player in pro sports has stood up for gay rights like him in the years since. In many of the retrospectives of Collins' life, there is no mention that Collins leaves behind his husband, Brunson Green, his partner for over a decade. Collins' story is being erased even in death. We should appreciate the battles he fought, the lives of kids he undoubtedly saved, and the valor with which he chose to live. In the NBA, he stood alone, but by being willing to stand alone, he ended up surrounded by love. For his bravery, he will be remembered forever. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.